It's 5 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting of the Greenwood Park Board to order. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the June 21st, 2022 meetings. Members should receive those minutes in their packets. Does anybody have any additions, corrections? Okay, hearing none, I'd like to have a motion to approve those minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Prost, second by Mr. Burton. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Prost.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
And I also, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is the attorney's report.
First item I have for consideration this evening is a use agreement with Franciscan Health Foundation. They would like to have a fundraising event called Nightingale Song Series in the Greenwood Amphitheater. They'd like that to be on Friday, September 16th of 2022, from 7 o'clock p.m. till 9:30 p.m. They are asking for food trucks and alcohol to be served at that event.
So this doesn't look like to be a small event.
No, based on the description, they're proposing up to 2,500 anticipated attendance. I think that is the attendance. The driving force that is obviously the musical acts component of this, but also the Ulta Beauty giving away some gift bags there on the side as well. Might be an attraction. Like Kelsey said, it is a fundraising event to benefit the cancer care center.
Will these, their start time's not till 7 p.m. Will that conflict with anything going on at the community center?
The community center will still be open. I think it's going to be a lot of, if this does get approved, your consideration, we'll have to make efforts to make sure that we'll let inform our patrons know that we potentially could have a big event. And then also Franciscan, we'll help them out with maybe locating some parking that they can advertise and market for their event as well. People can use.
When we hold an event like this, that's magnitude, it says that everybody's going to receive a text to give opportunity. Do we geofence or do they do that?
That'll be completely up to them. We won't geofence that at all. That would be on us. That'll be on Franciscan.
Other question was, talks about police presence for traffic control and security. It's probably required. Is that up to them to contact the police?
Yeah, that is up to them. The police receive the same event notifications that you're seeing as well. So they've had their eyes on this and address any concerns that they may have. This is being brought to your attention based off of the premises of where it's going to be hosted at.
Is the use of the amphitheater a donation or are they paying for it?
It will be a rental that will coordinate that.
Any other questions or discussion?
But we'll emphasize that, again, this is a fundraising event.
Absolutely. Anything else? Okay, not, I'd like to have a motion to approve the use agreement with Gregory Williamson for Franciscan use of the amphitheater.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Burton, second by Mr. Dietrich. All in favor? Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
Mr. Burton.
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
I'm also. Motion carries.
Okay, next item for consideration is a use agreement. And that's really with the Greenwood Police Department for their National Night Out. They'd like to hold that event on Tuesday, August the 2nd, 2022, from 5 o'clock p.m. to 7 o'clock p.m. again at the amphitheater.
This is its fourth, fifth night of the year. Doing
This is, they do a walk also, don't they?
They host it down at the.
Oh, I thought they did a walk for around the clock.
That's a different.
That's the night out.
Yes,
It's okay.
yeah.
Excuse me.
We've never had. It's been a good event.
Questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, I need a motion to approve the use agreement with the National Night Out.
So moved.
Second. Been moved by Mr. Prost, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Burton,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich.
Aye.
I'm an aye also. Motion carries.
The final item I have for you tonight is a contract for goods with Zebic of North America. It's for $10,661.90 for inflatables from that vendor.
Inner tubes, Prudent Springs, we have a current order that we are anticipating coming later as well. Shipping delays, all this, and also some branding of partnerships that need to go on those tubes that causes some delay. We worked out the partnership details as well. Pivot to some other partnership going down the road. We've had that conversation. But in the meantime, in stock are these tubes now that will get us out of the existing shortfall that we're having at the pool right now from the Lazy River and Black pools. And like Kelsey said, it's $10,661.90. Spoke to them today. They can get it shipped, and then hopefully we can get it by maybe by Wednesday night or Thursday here. Because they understand our disparity on our lack of tubes right now.
So they're gonna direct ship it to you?
Correct. Spoke to them directly today, trying to get this coordinated and expedited as fast as possible.
These things are already going to be labeled, marketed, whatever you do.
These will not, that's why I explained it very poorly. So we do have an inner tube partner now for New Springs, they're Citizens Bank. So before we made any move, we wanted to reach out to the partner to make sure we were offering them to pivot to a different impression other than the tubes, because of the time it takes to get that printed onto the tubes, the availability, it's an extra amount of time. They were very receptive to that and understood. And so that allowed us then to pivot very quickly and to move with this company and to get this order in front of you guys for your consideration. So these will not be branded. They will be clear tubes.
How many again? How many inner tubes?
I think it's, let's see, it's 135, about 235, 242.
Well, I'm sure you need them.
I guess we do.
Five.
So are we approving a contract for this or just giving our permission?
Yes, I have a contract drafted, so it's good to approve.
Okay. And what was the company name again?
It's Zebec, ZEBEC. I believe their full name.
Zebic of North America Incorporated.
It's $10,661.90.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, I need a motion to approve the purchase agreement,
Contract for goods.
contract for goods with DBEC North America Incorporated for $10,661.90 for the purchase of the inner tubes for Freedom Springs.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Dietrich, seconded by Mr. Burton. All those in favor, Mr. Prost,
Aye.
Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Burton. I am an aye also. Motion carries. At all?
I believe so.
Okay, thank you, Kelsey. Next item on the agenda is the foundation report.
I believe you got the report in your packet. There's a quick summary on the 50/50 raffle. The foundation was able to raise $820. On that, they extend gratitude on that. Appreciate the board allowing them to do that. Also, some of their initiatives is outlined as far as the shade structure at Craig Park. They have approved, up to $30,000 for a new structure between the pickleball courts and the tennis courts. And also they want to acknowledge the Friends of the Park program and the Paul's Parks program as well. Questions? I'm happy to
We have
answer.
a,
Relay.
do we have an idea of when the pickleball court shade structure is going to go in?
Yeah, I have contacted the vendor on that. It is a very long lead time. We're talking late fall for that. And it's just for the install. It's not have crews.
Says here, excuse me, Are they requesting permission from us to hold a second 50/50 raffle? We would respectfully request permission to hold a second 50/50 raffle, subject to approval from the Indiana Charitable Gaming Commission at the Adult Swim Night at Freedom Springs on the 22nd of July. So is that something we need to be?
Yes, well, that was in there because I forgot that. So they would like to do a 50/50 raffle at Freedom Springs Adult Night as stated, July 22nd, 2022. For your consideration.
Questions or comments on that? Okay. Need a motion to grant the Parks Foundation permission to hold a second 50/50 raffle at the Adult Swim Night at Freedom Springs on July 22nd.
So,
Contingent to the approval by. the
Contingent
gaming
approval of the Indiana Charitable Gaming Commission.
so moved.
Second.
Been moved by Mr. Byrd, seconded by Mr. Dietrich. All those in favor, Mr. Dietrich,
Aye.
Mr. Byrd,
Aye.
Mr. Probst.
Aye.
And I also, motion carries. Patrol report, I believe you walked in.
Good afternoon. The report went out earlier this afternoon. Main things I want to point out, looking at the Parks Operating Fund, right now our reserve ratio is just over 70%. We did get our property tax draw in, so you see that reflected here. So that's why that number has jumped up quite a bit. I would also like to point out that the Freedom Springs admission for June was nearly $500,000, which is pretty impressive.
Has the reserve ratio ever been that high?
It does, every time we get the property tax
Yeah, I
draw,
understand.
it'll jump, but then it'll come back down and it'll jump again. But yeah, we do tend to build that one up. On the food and beverage tax fund, which is where all of the 200 and 300 level accounts for the parks are coming out of, you can see that one's building up. We had a pretty good month there. As far as the SNR fund, we're still ahead of the game as far as receipts over expenses for the month. We banked another 260K approximately. And then also with the park impact fee, we're up. We do have the large influx that came in earlier this year from the Madison project. So that's why that number's as high as it is. Are there any questions on any of the financials?
Good, great. Thank you very much. Aquatics report.
Right, so we're kind of getting into like our midway point in the season now. So we just now started our third session of swim lessons today. We took yesterday off of the holiday, and Lucas is heading that. He's done a very good job with it. So we're starting that, and then here in 2 weeks, we'll start our last session of swim lessons, which I believe is July 18th through the 28th. We try to get those wrapped up before school starts. It's really hard for instructors to kind of obviously be there for all that stuff. So we're wrapping all that up. This is the last week for junior lifeguarding. So we're wrapping that up this week. And then our next adult night will be July 22nd, and family fun night is this Thursday. We're going into that, and we're still kicking it off of scuba every weekend on Saturdays.
We'll talk about the sensory program.
Oh. Yeah, so we are starting up sensory hours on Friday mornings from 9 to 11. So we've gotten quite a bit of requests the past couple of years of people wanting hours where they can bring in their children or bring in their brothers, sisters, family members, things like that. When we can turn off all the features, keep it nice and quiet, keep it nice and calm for them to get in the water. We've had a lot of requests for that. There's been a few times where we've just shut off the features just for like, for 15, 20 minutes, maybe to a half an hour, just to allow those people to be included into everything and be inclusive of everything. So we will be starting that on Friday. This Friday, we'll continue to do that every Friday from here on out to the season from 9 to 11 a.m.
Are you gonna promote that on your Facebook post?
We already have it.
Have you?
Yep.
I
Friday.
haven't seen that.
Just regular admission price for that, or you have to be a member, or what?
Yeah, regular like day pass.
I just know somebody might be interested.
What?
I know somebody might be interested, so.
yeah.
I'm asking. Okay. Good, great idea.
Very good.
Thank you. Z-Beck, we already talked about that. Parks report, Jim.
I believe you got my report there in front of you. Any questions? More than happy to answer.
I think saw something here about you and putting up something over at the Freedom Springs to help spray down the patrons while they're waiting to get in. Is that where I read that?
The misters.
Yeah, the misters, thank you.
They would put 6 or 7 of them out front on the south end of the sidewalk.
Great
Just,
idea.
because it gets so hot. Keep people from passing out, cool them out until they can get in. Seems to be working.
They're portable on wheels.
No, they're posted 4x4s.
Water and the citizens, good idea. Okay, anybody have any questions for Jim? Thank you, Jim. Trails, anything on trails? No, no trails. Recreation report.
I have a copy of my report, or our report, week 6 of summer camp started today. We got 4 weeks left, and then starting to prepare for before and after school. And then we're starting our July events this Saturday with the endless summer band. So starting to finish some stuff up for our fall events with partnerships and things like that. Starting to move towards that time of the year.
Attendance been good for the concert series?
Yeah.
So it doesn't get dropped off.
Yep. No, the Wembley's concert, I mean, I know Rob was there, but it's the biggest concert we've ever had. I mean, people were all the way back to the very back gate on Washington Street. So,
Golf lessons, pickleball lessons, lacrosse,
yeah, we
baseball,
have,
utilizing that field house.
this week we'll have 10 people that are registered for our pickleball lessons, so they'll start tomorrow.
Awesome. Hey, anybody have anything else for Nick? Thank you, Nick. Field house report. Ricky.
Hello, should have a copy of the Fieldhouse report. It's saying summer camp still going on, so they're keeping us busy over at the Fieldhouse. The staff has done a great job of keeping the inside and outside clean at the Fieldhouse. The Greenwood Athlete Wall project has just been finished, so if you guys want to check that out. It's down the corridor, it's on the elevator shaft, as well as the practice court. So they just finished that up over the weekend. And then for the numbers, they're pretty consistent of last month. Hopefully things will, go get a little better when the weather starts getting a little cooler.
With all the construction going on, the outside of the place still looks good. Yeah. Your staff did a good job on that. Anything else, Ruby? Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Community center report. She is not
You
here.
guys got the report. Happy to answer questions.
Anybody have anything on the community center report? Other business from the public. Business from the park board. Usually I have a couple questions, Ron. What's going on with the Northeast Shelter? I meant to go up there today and I totally spaced going up there. Have we started?
The contract has been sent out to the contractor. It's been drafted, obviously. It has been returned signed. We're just working on scheduling. And then also, what we're also working on, Tim, is the timing of when it gets demoed and then the timing of when we can get it replaced. I don't want it to be too much of a gap in between the two. Right now, that's what I'm running into. In fact, I'm running into, like, in total, about 180-day lead time. So I'm going to try to reduce that gap by delaying the demo longer, so I can not have this park without a facility that long.
And I forget to bring this up all the time. The Hampton House on Fry Road.
Yeah.
What's the timeline on
Right
that?
now,
Are we
it's on-
still? is that in our
There
wheelhouse?
is no timeline.
Okay.
We're on hold. We're still reviewing some options on that of what can be done.
Just curious, not complaining. Just drove by there and looked at it and thought,
Yep, no, it's fair.
if I have anything else. Okay, board members should receive a copy of the claims sheet in their packets. They might have any corrections, additions, questions. If not, it will stay as presented. And if there's no other business coming forward, the board, this meeting is adjourned.